cap off an historic win for Canada.
My goodness, what a moment for this Iowa team.
A home run. It went over the wall, and Ovi has gone deep.
Welcome to ESPN's continuing coverage of the Little League World Series presented by Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. Beautiful pictures. Just a gorgeous day for baseball. Unlike yesterday's rain, we've played two already. Now it's time for the evening session of the winner's bracket day one. Two more games on tap tonight, and these are all big. The teams that play tonight, 1-0. Win, and you're in great position to get to the title game for either the U.S. or the international side. Lose, and you make things much more difficult. A quick recap for you. 8 teams from the U.S., 8 teams from across the globe. They'll play a championship game here on Sunday. All players 10 to 13 years of age. Games 6 innings in length. And it's Little League Baseball, so everyone plays here. Hello again, and welcome back to the Anchor Desk from South Williamsport, Pennsylvania, home of the Little League World Series. I really do wish you were here. If you've never made the trip to Williamsport, do add it to your bucket list. It is special, and it is certainly something to see. So far, we've had a great day of baseball. 2 games from the winner's bracket so far. To get us going on the international side, it was Panama taking on Australia in the first game, and Panama used a 2-run home run from Joaquin Tejada. A 2-for-3 day to win 3-2, so they move on. And in the U.S. winner's bracket game, what a pitching performance from Michael Mancini. 13 strikeouts, and another big blast from Ryan Harlow, his second home run of this Little League World Series. New York remains perfect with the 3-1 win over Tennessee, but Tennessee still alive, as is Australia. It's a double elimination modified format here. The teams on the bottom there in black, they have already been eliminated from title contention, but now you see the 2 teams at the top, New York and Panama, in great position as they must win one more game now to get to the championship game, either U.S. or international. 2 more games to be played tonight. 8 Eastern time, it will be Kentucky against Iowa on the U.S. side. But first, we have a winner's bracket game on the international side. Should be a good one. Canada against South Korea. That one's next. Dave Fleming, Kyle Peterson, and Marisol Castro will have the call. Let's throw it over to Dave. Hello, Dave.
Hi, Jay. And you said it seriously. In all of sports, how many better scenes are there than that? Volunteer Stadium, what a night. Canada, South Korea, that's our matchup on the international side of this Little League World Series. Hi, everybody. Dave Fleming alongside Kyle Peterson. Canada really was in some ways the talk of the tournament after the first couple days. An historic win against Japan behind just a tremendous pitching performance.
You know, Laredo Siniscalchi, 6'1", 12 years old. You don't see kids that big throw this hard very often. And the first inning he had against Japan might have been the most impressive inning we've seen anybody have on the mound so far in this Little League World Series. Over the course of the game, he went 5 2/3 innings, struck out 13, walked just 1. The only reason he didn't finish it was just because of the pitch count rules, but he was dominant the entire night. So Siniscalchi does his job on the mound, but offensively, that's the one thing that maybe gets overlooked a little bit from Canada's first-round game. They played historically one of the most dominant teams here at the Little League World Series, and they put 10 runs on them. At the top of the order was outstanding. 6 hits. They scored 6 runs, and they got some offense from pitch hitters later on. Canada did everything right in their first-round game.
And I think you and I believe they're going to need some more of that offense tonight against a big, strong, powerful South Korean team.
It's the biggest team here. I mean, when you look at this team from South Korea, they average 5'7". A few of these kids are 5'11". The offense came a little bit later in South Korea's game against Curaçao, but they've never lost this country at the Little League World Series. 3 titles in their 3 previous trips, and they're a perfect 1-0 so far. I think we will see more of that offense tonight.
So that's our matchup here at Volunteer Stadium on this beautiful Williamsport night. Yeah, the kids are really nervous ahead of first pitch. It's Canada and South Korea. We've got it for you coming up next.
Let's keep it going now. presented by Kellogg's Frosted Flakes cereal. They're great!
Spectacular night in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, and let's get it going on the international side. Two undefeated teams, Canada and South Korea. Canada is the visiting team in this matchup, and this Little League team comes from Hastings Community Little League in Vancouver, British Columbia. It's a big city, really one of the world's most beautiful cities, 121 miles north of Seattle. And before they hit, let's meet the kids from Canada, brought to you by Kellogg's Frosted Flakes.
Hi, my name is Nicola Barba, and my favorite player is Josh Donaldson.
Hi, my name is Nathan Clegg, and my favorite player is Mike Trout.
Hi, my name is Sean Coventry, and my favorite baseball player is Josh Donaldson.
Hi, my name is Antonio Cuzzati, and my favorite baseball player is Dustin Pedroia.
Hello, my name is Stefano Del Sasso, and my favorite player is Andrew McCutcheon.
My name is Liam Lewis, and my favorite baseball player is Justin Morneau.
Hi, my name is Liam McLean, and my favorite baseball player is Marcus Stroman.
Hi, my name is Aaron Mack, and my favorite player is Josh Donaldson.
Hi, my name is Anthony Porcelato, and my favorite player is Josh Donaldson.
Hi, my name is Mateo Ripley, and my favorite player is Dustin Pedroia.
Hi, my name is Christian Santarelli, and my favorite player is Marco Estrada.
Hi, my name is Laredo Siniscalchi. My favorite player is Bryce Harper.
Hi, my name is Lucas Sirachi. My favorite player is Josh Donaldson.
All right, so that's the team from Canada. And Kyle, here's the pitcher that they will face.
Yeah, you've been showing, and we talked to the coaching staff from South Korea. This is the kid that they said is their ace. 5'9", 160, 13 years old, took infield over at third base and was zipping around the infield before this ball game. For South Korea pitchers in their opener, they struck out 15 and didn't even throw the ace. We'll see what Yubin Choi has today.
And one bit of news, a change from the opening round game for South Korea to tonight, because one of their players, in fact, it was the starting pitcher from game one, Jung-Ho Jeong, he is sick and not available. And because of that, the mandatory play rules, they have 12 players. That means everybody on this South Korean team must play 6 consecutive defensive outs and hit once, as opposed to just coming to bat once. So that's a little different for them from game one.
It is, and I think it's the only time we've seen it so far in this tournament, a team that doesn't either have 13 or 14 players. So everybody playing defensively for South Korea today, and we're ready to get the nightcap underway from Volunteer Stadium.
On a gorgeous night with a big crowd here, and we expect a good game. Canada beat Japan, South Korea with their win over Curacao. And so here we go. A fastball is low to get the game started. Gary DeFabio is our home plate umpire. And Antonio Cuzzati, the catcher, leading off. There's Gary wearing the microphone for us. 13 years old. He is a good defensive catcher. We were impressed by him in their opening round game.
And handling a kid in that opening round game that's throwing close to 80 miles an hour. Not easy for a catcher.
And he looked unfazed in doing that. He takes ball 2. There's the catcher, Junseo Cho, for South Korea. He's got his hands full. Yubin Choi, that last fastball at 73 miles an hour. There's the first strike of the game.
2-1.
Just trying to get loose and get in this one. Yubin Choi. Called strike 2. Antonio Cuzzati, the catcher, in a 2-ball, 2-strike count. And here it comes. Did he go on that breaking ball in the dirt?
He's out.
I guess he did. The home plate umpire made the call himself. That's an awkward play at any level of baseball, where the hitter, it would be strike 3. You're trying to sell that you didn't swing. The ball's in the dirt. You have a right to try to take off for first, but you don't want to do that because you want to say, hey, I didn't take a swing at it.
Yeah, I think in the back of your mind as a hitter, you think, well, if I run, then it's going to say that I thought I swung. And that time, Antonio Cuzzati stayed put. Gary DeFabio, the home plate umpire, said he went far enough around, so a strikeout to start for Choi.
And here is Laredo Siniscalchi. He is the star of the tournament so far for Canada. The outstanding pitching performance, and on top of it, Swung the bat great, hit a home run.
Yeah, struck out 13 and went deep the other way. It's a pretty good day.
Big, strong kid. 0-2. Loreto. So he can't pitch because of those pitch count rules. He's not available in this game tonight, but he can definitely impact things for Canada with the bat. See if we see that breaking ball and an 0-2 count from Yu-Bin Choi. Well, he threw the fastball to the backstop.
Not yet.
Maybe that was just a setup for this next pitch. Strike 3 called.
It's a tag. That's a tag. He's out.
We can just let Gary do the play-by-play. He can narrate the whole game.
Layout. Let him go to work. 4 straight fastballs right here. So getting an 0-2 count. Tried to expand the zone, and in that time just pumped one over the outside part of the plate. Good, easy mechanics from Yu-Bin Choi. We'll get into that bottom half a little bit in the second inning, but really simplifies things on the mound. I like that, especially for kids of this age, and that fastball looks dominant so far.
So here's Nicola Barba, 2 down, nobody on, left-handed hitter. And we will see him on the mound. He's going to be the starting pitcher for Canada. 13 years old. He's a strong kid. He's got plenty of power at the plate. Went 1 for 4 against Japan. So far, these Canadian hitters are kind of measuring up. Yu-Bin Choi taking a lot of pitches.
I think early on, I mean, obviously, you haven't seen anybody on the other side, but Yu-Bin Choi has shown the ability to throw a lot of strikes. I think the more kids that Canada sends up there, they might get a little bit more aggressive early in the count, try to get that fastball. You can see the major league equivalents. We've already seen fastballs nearing 75 miles an hour. The mound's just 46 feet away, so you get into the 70s. It's the major league equivalent of a fastball at least 91 miles an hour.
Which equals not easy to hit.
Yeah.
Ball.
A little bit low. 2-1.
2-1.
Just getting started from Williamsport. 2 games on this winner's side already in the books today, and 1 more to come after this one. Back over on the U.S. bracket. 2-2. You throw that fastball that hard in that location, that's going to be hard to hit.
Yeah, and you've seen the catcher Jun Sao Cho so far. Everything has been on the outside part of the plate. So all 3 hitters so far for Team Canada.
They set that target away again, and he got it. So what a start for Yu-Bin Choi. He strikes out the side in the top of the first inning, and when we come back, South Korea will hit for the first time. No score. Welcome back here to Williamsport, a long way from Seoul, South Korea, one of the world's biggest, most vibrant cities. That's the place where these kids have traveled from, East Seoul Little League. And a country that has so many things going on, but has become baseball crazy. Baseball may now be the top sport in South Korea. And they got a lot of fan support here in Williamsport. Founded a long, long time ago. When you're going BCE, yeah, it's been around for a while. Better than 25 million in the metro area of Seoul, a country with 50 million overall. And before South Korea comes to bat here in the bottom of the first inning, let's meet the kids from East Seoul Little League.
안녕하세요. 제 이름은 조준서입니다. 제가 가장 좋아하는 선수는 양의지 선수입니다.
안녕하세요. 저는 조원태입니다. 제가 좋아하는 선수는 클레이튼 커쇼입니다.
안녕하세요. 제 이름은 최민호입니다. 제가 제일 좋아하는 선수는 김재호입니다.
안녕하세요. 제 이름은 최유빈입니다. 제가 좋아하는 선수는 박병호 선수입니다.
안녕하세요. 제 이름은 정준호입니다. 제가 제일 좋아하는 선수는 임창용입니다.
안녕하세요. 제 이름은 김재경이고 제가 가장 좋아하는 선수는 오승환 선수입니다.
안녕하세요. 저는 김무성입니다. 제가 제일 존경하는 선수는 유현진 선수입니다.
안녕하세요. 김승현입니다. 제가 좋아하는 선수는 김재호입니다.
안녕하세요. 저는 권세윤입니다. 제가 가장 좋아하는 선수는 추신수입니다.
안녕하세요. 제 이름은 이준혁입니다. 제가 가장 좋아하는 야구 선수는 이치로입니다.
안녕하세요. 이유민입니다. 제가 가장 존경하는 선수는 다르비슈 선수입니다.
안녕하세요. 저는 박상원입니다. 제가 가장 좋아하는 선수는 강정호 선수입니다.
안녕하세요. 제 이름은 유정택입니다. 제가 제일 좋아하는 선수는 이종범 선수입니다.
All right, we love hearing those kids introduce themselves, and this is the pitcher for Canada they're going to face.
Big kid. We already saw him at the plate. Nicola Barba, who hit third in that last inning, pitched against Japan in the opener, came in to get the final out and close that one out. Tough task today, though, against a big, powerful South Korea lineup.
So his first pitch to Juntek Ryu is low, ball one. And I think unquestionably there were some nerves for Nicola Barba on the mound coming in to get that final out. Let's see if maybe starting this game fresh helps settle him in. That's a bunt. Foul.
Ball.
Juntek Ryu, who is a shortstop, and I know, Kyle, you really like watching him play.
He is so smooth out there. Hope he gets a chance to make a few plays in this game, because if you just watch him in infield, the footwork, for the minute he fields the ball, brings it right into his body, the movements look really athletic.
Ryu had a hit and was the only hitter in the top part of the order to actually get a hit in their win on Friday. Most of the production came from the bottom of the lineup. That one just a little bit high, that breaking ball. Two and one. Hit down the left field line, but foul. No chance for Sean Coventry to come over and make a catch. So it's 2-2. The score, bottom of the first. Our first game on the international side today was so well played. Australia and Panama. It was 2-0 going to the sixth. Australia scored twice to tie it, and then Panama scored a run in the bottom of the sixth to win it 3-2.
Relax. Here we go. Reset it. Here we go. 2-2. Play.
Another foul ball. That went back into the seats. Well, Nicola Barba, not like Senescalchi, their top pitcher, who is so overpowering, so a much different style. But he was, in their Canadian regional tournament, he was sort of their workhorse, their innings eater. He pitched a lot.
Play.
Yeah, and their numbers on the mound in their Canadian tournament were outstanding. I mean, it was a team that was dominant on the mound.
That one is pulled foul. Well, right away he's having to work pretty hard for this first out. Juntek Ryu has seen 6 pitches, and this will be the 7th. They were 8-0 in that Canadian regional tournament. Allowed 9 total runs in those 8 games through 5 shutouts.
I think part of that too is the defense. We talked about Laredo Senescalchi was on the mound the other day. He's at shortstop today, but the defense for Canada has been very impressive.
Reset. Reset. Here we go. Come on. Play.
2-2. Got him. So he had to work for it, 7 pitches, but Nicola Barba gets his first strikeout of the game, and maybe that'll help settle him in.
They look good. 2-2 pitch. Two-seam fastball, just trying to run it down at the bottom part of the zone. That one ran out of the zone. Ryu couldn't hold up, so first out is a strikeout on both sides tonight.
Kwon, who is the center fielder, another good overall athlete, shows a bunt and bunts it foul for strike one.
Ball.
You know, you and I were both noting in that opening round win for South Korea, they are big, they are strong, they've got tons of power. A lot of bunt attempts.
That surprised me, especially early in this game. I mean, we saw Ryu attempt to bunt in the first pitch right there. Kwon squares to bunt. I don't think Min-ho Choi, who's hitting third, will square to bunt. There are some big kids coming up next.
Showed a bunt again. That curveball this time called a strike. It's 0-2. That's clearly part of the game plan for South Korea to try to use the bunt, get some runners on base, put some pressure on the defense. There's the 0-2. Good take by Kwon.
It was. You can see. Recognize that one. Good take and a good spot to throw it. Up 0-2, goes back to the breaking ball out and away, and the eyes of Soom Kwon just followed that one all the way into the glove.
2-2.
2-2.
See Antonio Cruzati try to frame that pitch for the umpire. Did not get the call. There's Antonio. I like the point you made about having to handle Siniscalchi in that first game and doing so and making it look easy. Now the count is full 3-2. I mean, that's a kid who's just one fastball after another, 77, 78, in, out, up, down, and he was just totally calm behind home plate.
The catchers are always so impressive to me when you get kids on the mound throwing that hard. I mean, the kid's throwing so hard you can close your eyes and hear how hard that they're throwing. Casati was very comfortable back there in game 1.
3-2, ball 4. So the count was 0-2, and Kwan ends up taking a walk.
Ask him to check it. You gotta ask him. Just tell me. I'll check it. You ask him.
A little insight into the communication between the catchers and the home plate umpire. Well, they are the tallest, biggest team by average height and weight of any team here in Williamsport. And Choi swings through that first pitch, strike 1. So in terms of size and strength, no bigger team among the 16 in this Little League World Series than Seoul, South Korea. 1-1. They also have, I mean, they've got power that comes with that. They do have some speed as well. They'll tend to force the issue on the bases. That one is hit pretty well to right field. Porcelato with the sun in his eyes. Good catch for out number 2. You can see the sun glistening off those sunglasses.
Not an easy time of the night to make that play. See the shades on, but still got to find that ball right away and then find the sun. Shades doing a good job of making sure he can see the ball the entire way. The ball was hit fairly well right too.
Yeah, and you could even see with our camera out there was some glare. So handled nicely. Now a little pop-up first base side, and it's going to drop foul. Liam McLean tried to come over, just couldn't quite get there.
I forget it. Tony, give it back.
That's what we're talking about, that glare. That's pretty tough for the right fielder at the moment. Maybe the center fielder as well. Try to get some shade so you can get a read off the bat. Strike 2. And the runner taken off. The throw goes off the glove of Siniscalchi into center field. On slides in safely and stays at second.
Yeah, he had timed that perfect and had set it up in a few pitches before. So you can see after the pitch, you can't leave until the ball crosses the hitter and watch. Waiting just for a throwback that maybe is not as hard as Cruzati can make it. He took off just before the ball was thrown back to the pitcher. Surprised everybody right there. And Kwan now standing out on second base.
Heads up base running, good base running. Now in scoring position. In an 0-2 count. Strike 3 called, and the tag completes the putout. So Nicola Barba against the big, strong South Korean team with a scoreless first inning. We go to the second, 0-0 in Williamsport.
Fortunately, the rain got the best of us. You know, there's a monkey wrench thrown into this. You know, they got something to keep them occupied for a while.
We did the cardboard because we were told that the bags work better, and we tried them, and they actually do work better.
We would have scared the cat a little bit. Even though like, you get dirty,
it's more fun to get dirty than to stay clean.
Can you do one more?
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
That was yesterday. This is today. A little different scene here in Williamsport. Our aerial coverage brought to you by DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you got to get DirecTV. High up above, Volunteer lower left, Lomity just up the hill. And I'm sure the tobogganers are going at it as we speak. It's dried out today. First pitch here in the second inning. No score from Yubin Choi, who was really impressive in the first, throwing hard and throwing strikes. Ball 1 to Sean Coventry. 13 years old, went 1 for 4, scored a couple runs. He was the kid for Canada, and a big theme of their win was putting pressure on the defense with the running game. Sean, basically, his idea against Japan was to get on base and then just to start running.
Remember that first inning against Japan, there were 3 plays at the plate in the first inning alone for Canada. Scored a run, they had 2 guys thrown out, but really set the tone from a base running standpoint early. Key is they had a bunch of base runners. I think that's the biggest challenge tonight against Yubin Choi.
1-2. I mean, it's not often you have an inning as an offense where you get 2 different runners thrown out at home plate and you say, hey, good inning. Great job.
They put 2 on the board in that first.
Here's the 1-2.
Ball.
Team Australia, after their impressive game and difficult loss, they are here at Volunteer watching some baseball tonight. We've got a piece of the catcher Cho. Gary DeFabio is going to give him just a minute to get it together. It was fun to watch that game we had earlier. Those Australian kids have a lot to be proud of. It's a country that is, it's just building its Little League tradition, unlike, say, South Korea, which is a team that has been here 4 times, and they have never lost, not just lost a tournament, they have never lost a game in Williamsport. Struck him out swinging with a fastball. So that is 4 in a row for Yubin Choi to start this game.
First 4 of them, and we talk about Yubin Choi, we talk about it in the first inning. Watch the lower half. When he starts, that right foot's already turned, then everything kind of dips and drives a little bit, everything going towards home plate. Both eyes on the catcher. For you kids at home, the more that you can keep both eyes on the catcher, then the momentum's going directly towards home plate. That's not bad. 15 strikeouts in the opener. All 4 outs in this one have been strikeouts.
Wow. And a swinging strike to Liam McLean. So the swing and miss stuff for South Korea has come to Williamsport. Oh! 1-1. And that will be a challenge for Canada today. Can they, whether it's by shortening up the swing against some higher velocity or whatever, can they get the bat on the ball? And
it may take one time through the order. I mean, it's now they've got a kid that does throw this hard. We saw Senescalchi in the first game for Canada that was running into the mid-70s. But still, it's hard to prepare just for velocity that you don't see every day. And that's what Yubin Choi is providing right now.
2-2. So far, that scouting report that you got when we talked to the coaches from South Korea,
it was pretty good.
I think the scouting report was pretty good. 2-2 on the ground foul.
Go get that. Go get that.
If you watch Sunday Night Baseball last night, you saw Noah Syndergaard out of the windup. Started in a position that's somewhat similar to what we see from Choi right here, and it's that back leg, the right leg, the plant leg that really pushes off. You've seen a lot more guys do this, and it's being taught at a younger age. I think it's a lot easier for kids like this to maintain consistent mechanics when you start here. There's less moving parts. A lot easier to stay in a straight line towards home plate.
Maintain that balance point and then generate velocity like that. Strike 3. So that's 5 up and 5 strikeouts for Yubin Choi.
What has he thrown? 1 breaking ball so far. I think everything else has been fastballs. And watch the finish. Backside really comes around, so he's really using that lower half, gets into a good powerful position, and then everything explodes towards home plate.
So 2 down. Here's Anthony Porcelato, the right fielder. Anthony made the catch looking up into the glare. For the fielders, I think a good thing. That sun is starting to set behind us, so some of that glare seems to be disappearing. Left-handed hitter.
That's not a bad idea. At least show bunt right there, but it may not be a bad idea to attempt one, just to get something into fair territory.
One ball.
That shows bunt again and bunts that one foul. 1-2. Anthony has an older brother who was here in Williamsport back in 2012 playing for the team from Canada. So I think Anthony had a pretty good idea of what to expect coming into this Little League World Series. He strikes out swinging, but hard to expect that. Yu-Bin Choi has struck out all 6 that he's faced so far in this game.
Started with Antonio Cusati, and it's really been a fastball for the most part. Break them all there, but watch the rest of them. Good explosion on this fastball from Yu-Bin Choi. 6 up, 6 down, all retired via the strikeout. Still scoreless.
With the brand new sound.
We like our new sound, the Duke Ellington School Choir, with that rendition of Summer Forever. Hard to believe we're at the end of summer 2016, but still a long way to go in this Little League World Series. No score, bottom of the second, Canada, South Korea. And it is the starting pitcher, Yu-Bin Choi, at the plate for his first at bat. Hard to be more impressive than he's been on the mound.
Efficient, too. 30 pitches after striking out all 6 that he's faced so far.
Nicola Barba's pitch is skied into center field. Not that deep, a long way to come, and a good play. Lucas Sorachi, he was playing deep, so that was a heck of a play by Lucas.
Attaboy. Shades on out in center field. Watch where he starts and how far he has to go. Fly ball out there, and it looked like it was hit a little bit better than it was, but nice quiet head when he runs. So the baseball's not bouncing around when he's running.
Got the Canadian fans feeling pretty good over there. They have a loud, large rooting section from Vancouver here in Williamsport. So 1 out. Woo-Sung Kim gets out of the way of that one, the left fielder.
That one went right through the wickets.
Now, how do you avoid
not
it?
easy to do.
No. Like a little magic trick. 1-1.
Look at this. Out right now, he thinks he's going to get hit.
It did. I think it went between. Yeah. To left field, and that'll be the first hit of the game. Falls in front of Sean Coventry, who comes up throwing. So 1 out, runner at first, and for more on Team Canada, let's welcome in Marisol Castro.
Thank you so much, Dave. Well, I have to tell you, yesterday with the rain day, they kept it nice and loose. They went to the mall, and then, believe it or not, they all went out for Italian food. They kept it very light. Interestingly enough, a lot of these folks are Italian. I asked them, did you like it? They said it was excellent. So they're really enjoying their time here and just trying to keep things light. Great fans, by the way. A lot of them are hoarse because they lead some of the best cheers in this competition.
All right, thanks, Marisol. And I think it's always a good thing for coaches to try to keep their kids as relaxed as possible.
Healthy too to get away a little bit too. There's plenty of baseball when you're here, and plenty of other stuff to see when you're here. There's nothing wrong with getting Italian food wherever you go.
1 for 2. Jae-Kyung Kim against Curaçao on Friday. Scored one of the runs for South Korea. That one hit way up there. Valsasso came over, but it's onto the rooftop. Waiting to see. Maybe is it going to come down? No.
He was hoping.
Well, the fans on the South Korean side are also very vocal, spirited. We had some dances going on before first pitch. Yeah, I think she was kind of the ringleader. We'll keep an eye on her. That one was hit deep, but very foul. And now it's the fans who have to look up into the glare. So we thought maybe that the sun was starting to move away so there wouldn't be so much of that, but it's still here.
2 strikes.
0-2. Kim strikes out swinging. And look at Antonio Cruzati. Okay, you got me one time. Kind of falling asleep. That's not going to happen again.
Good sprint.
Good job, Antonio.
After he caught this ball, Nicola Barber's doing a really good job on the mound. Struck out one in the first inning. That ended the first. Well, this time comes back. Fastball just off the plate. A good time to do it. Second strikeout of the game for Nicola Barber.
So 2 down, number 19, Wante Cho, who stands very close to the plate from the left side and lines one over the reach of Porcelado, and it bounces up over the wall.
Time.
Now that will likely keep the runner at third. It will. So that automatic double means Woo-Sung Kim gets just the 2 bases from first, and I think that saved a run.
That ball was smoked. And you hear analysts sometimes talk about dropping the head onto the baseball. This is exactly how it's done. From the left-hand side, body's moving out a little bit. Watch the head go down, and the barrel just light it up. That is solid contact on a line. We're battling the sun out there in right field, but sun or no sun, nobody's going to make that play. That was smoked.
I don't think Anthony had any chance. That's one of the hardest hit balls we've seen all tournament. So now Jinseo Cho, the catcher and 9th place hitter, chance to knock in a couple runs with a base hit. This is a big spot early in this game. The way that Yoo-Bin Choi is pitching for South Korea, a lead would be significant.
Yeah, lead of any. There.
1-1.
So we'll see if Nicola Barber can get that third out and get out of this jam. Kim at third, Cho at second base with 2 down. Close. A little bit low. 2-1. So those are your runners. Jinseo Cho.
Ball 3.
Side 3-1.
3-1.
Perfect. Flags are hardly moving. A little bit of wind in the first game, but it start to feel a little bit like fall right now. Feels nice.
Show of a bunt, and that's ball 4, and it goes to the backstop, and that will score the first run of the game. Now Kim crosses home plate. It's 1-0 South Korea. On ball 4, but a wild pitch. First and third with 2 down, and now the leadoff hitter comes up, Jungtaek Roo. Trying to make this a big inning.
Time.
Time. We have a shoelace untied. All right, there we go. That's the team from the Great Lakes region on the U.S. side getting ready for the final game of the day.
Here we go.
They were one of the most impressive teams in the opening round. So making the trek up the hill. Line to left, base hit. One hop to Coventry. It's 2-0. As Cho comes in to score. Jinseo Cho went to second and held on there. Rue with the RBI single.
Second time that Rue has seen Nicola Barber struck out the first time. This time, elevated fastball. Real good job of just driving that pitch the other way. Both runs have scored with 2 outs in this inning. South Korea adds another there.
And the manager for Canada, Vito Bourdignon, is going to come out.
How you feeling? Okay, we got 2 runs here. Okay, gonna change it up here. Okay, save you for Wednesday if we need you Wednesday. Okay, stay focused. Put the Sasso in here. You get ready. Go play third base. Play hard first base, and we'll get this one out and get out of here. Okay, good job. Let's go.
So they are going to make a pitching change. Sounds like Stefano Del Sasso will come into pitch. We'll tell you about that when we come back. 2-0 South Korea. Welcome back to the Little League World Series, presented by Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. Dave Fleming, Kyle Peterson, Marisol Castro from Volunteer here in Williamsport. And a pitching change. Nicola Barba gets 5 outs, gives up 3 hits. He would be eligible to pitch on Wednesday. He's going to go play third base. And Stefano Del Sasso, the right-hander, will be the new pitcher for Canada.
The two will just switch places. So Stefano Del Sasso started this game over at third, now in on the mound. And for Nicola Barba, he threw strikes. You're just facing a tough lineup right here. South Korea put some good swings on it in this inning. He would have to wait just one day because of the 35 pitches. That's why they took him out in this spot. So now Stefano Del Sasso in with 2 outs, trying to get Canada back to the plate.
And this is a game between two teams who both won their opening round game. So this is not an elimination game. The winner, though, is in great shape, advancing to play Panama Wednesday. That game will be at 5 Eastern on ESPN2. The losing team plays Mexico in what will be an elimination game Tuesday tomorrow. And pretty early. Got to get the quick turnaround going, 1 Eastern here on ESPN. So Del Sasso in, and his first pitch is a breaking ball for a swinging strike 1 to Yumin Lee, who is pinch hitting here. First and second, and 2 down. 2 runs already across for Seoul, South Korea. Oh, and 2. Stefano, I think he wanted that one.
Absolutely did.
All right, so regroup and get ready for a 1-2 pitch. Trying to just get through this second inning. Time granted at home plate.
Play.
Here's the 1-2. Foul ball. Yumin Lee, one of 3 players on the bench for this game. Remember, Jung Ho Jeong, who was impressive as the starting pitcher for South Korea in their opener, is sick and not available.
Ball.
And really the reason to remember that is because they're down to 12 players, which means everybody on the roster is going to have to play a couple defensive innings and hit, as opposed to with the full complement where everybody on the bench just has to hit once. So it does impact the strategy. On the ground, right back to the pitcher. Fields it cleanly and throws out Yumin Lee at first. So South Korea gets 2 runs, but only 2 will go to the third. 2-0 South Korea. Well, I don't know if you can call it farm to table. How about farm to grill? Corn on the cob going right on the grill here in Williamsport. That looks pretty good. Little League World Series, time for our fresh take, brought to you by Subway. Lots of great storylines all tournament, and today especially.
Yeah, and a few surprises too. So Japan eliminated from title contention, first time since 1962 that they went 0-2 here at the Little League World Series. Panama walked it off earlier today, 3-2 over Australia. Esme Pineda was outstanding on the mound in New York earlier up the hill at Lamedy. A 3-1 winner over Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Ryan Harlost has gone deep in each of the 2 games for New York.
So he and Gael Cortez of Mexico each have 2 home runs in this Little League World Series. Some defensive changes. Seung-Hoon Kim is now in to play second base for South Korea. Jung-Hook Lee goes to left field. Here we go. And we just saw him at the plate. Yumin Lee is now in center. It's part of what we're talking about. Got to use everybody in the field. The limited roster for this game. Canada's got some work to do. Stefano Del Sasso is now the pitcher. They have not had a base runner yet, and now they're down 2-0. It's not going to be easy against Yu Bin Choi. Stefano, I mean, he really likes Nutella. He's told us he puts it on anything. 0-2. He likes Nutella on taco shells. You down with that?
That makes it easy. No, I don't know that I would dial that one up.
The one he didn't like, he told us, was he tried it with canned tuna fish.
Makes sense.
Strike 3 called. That is 7 in a row to start this game for Yubin Choi. He has struck out all 7 hitters that he's faced.
Watch location again, especially against these left-handed hitters, and there's a lot of them in this Canadian lineup. Everything has been on the outside part of the plate. It's one of those, and it's a little bit harder mentally to crawl on top of the plate against a guy throwing this hard. But the approach so far has just been to hammer the outside part of the plate. Yubin Choi has been able to do it consistently.
Well, we'll see if some of these Canadian hitters start to do that. Maybe get a little closer. Try to take that outside corner away. Here's Nathan Clegg. Same spot. Strike 1. Nathan had some good looking at bats in their opening round win against Japan. Hit a double, knocked in 2 runs.
Ball.
1-1 the count. Remember, they scored 10 runs against Japan.
Yeah.
And they got a little help. Japan was a lot sloppier than we're used to seeing their teams, but they made things happen. They had a lot of good at bats, good swings. This game is a long way from being over, but right now Yubin Choi is just dominant. That same spot, this time down right at the knees.
1-2.
Why mess around with anything else?
But he really hasn't. I mean, Antonio Cusati, the first hitter of the game, he struck him out with a breaking ball, but other than that, it's been essentially all fastballs from Yubin Choi.
1-2. Clegg got the bat on the ball, but hit it foul. I mean, who knows? Maybe that's a start. Just make some contact. Nathan's a good little hitter. Another 1-2. In and out of the mid. That throw will complete the putout. So 2 down, 2-0 South Korea. Tomorrow night at 10 Eastern right here on ESPN. Tuesday night baseball, and it's a good one from a place where we haven't been in too long. The Mariners hosting the Yankees. Good pitching matchup. Robinson Cano against his old team. Maybe the biggest story, Ken Griffey Jr. will be in the booth with Boog, with Sut. The new Hall of Famer, the kid, is going to join us in the booth for that game. So I think that'll be pretty cool.
Sut said there was going to be a special guest, and you just broke the surprise. It's big.
Oh, you think I ruined it?
I think he's mad.
I saw that on Twitter. Our friend Rick Sutcliffe was kind of teasing it, but we don't want you to miss that. From Seattle, Mariners Yankees, and Ken Griffey Jr. will be with us. Dave Fleming, Kyle Peterson back here in Williamsport, and South Korea has made a pitching change, a strategic one you would figure, since their starter Yubin Choi never allowed a base runner and struck out all 8 that he faced. So
can't do much better than that.
I think it wasn't performance related.
No. 2 2/3, 8 strikeouts, didn't walk anybody, but the big thing for Yubin Choi in South Korea is he will be eligible to pitch on Wednesday, where if they win tonight, that would be their next game. And it was almost all fastballs tonight from Yubin Choi, and it seemed like all of them were right in the zone. It's a breaking ball to strike at Antonio Cusati, but then after that, the other 8 strikeouts all came on the fastball, and most on fastballs away, especially when the left-handed hitters were up there. He was in control right from the beginning. But the key was, and you'll see the graphic in a moment, you go over 35 pitches during the course of an at-bat, that's okay. It still counts as that second to bottom threshold, so just 1 day's rest needed. Choi can come back and pitch on Wednesday if they want him to.
So now the lefty Wante Cho. Now I will say this. It's only 2-0.
Yeah, no, I know.
So there is some risk involved in taking out a guy who's pitching that well, because it's just it's not 5-0, it's not 8-0. It's still only the third inning. Lucas Sorachi, 2-0.
Well, I think too, if you're Canada right now, you just want to see somebody else. It doesn't matter who it is, because he was so down.
That's right. That's one of the better emojis, I think, in the Little League World Series.
Fire the turkey leg out there.
2-0. There's a strike. If John Kruk used emojis, that might be one of his favorites.
Could be a hot dog. Looked like he enjoyed the hot dog the other day.
Based on the other day. Hot dog with baked beans and potato chips crumbled all on top. 2-2.
2-2.
Wante Cho, a left-hander throwing 70 miles an hour plus. Trying to get the third out here in the third inning. Lucas Sorachi takes high. Well, already a little bit of an improvement. Yubin Choi never had a 3-ball count, not one time. First 3-ball count for a Canadian hitter of the game. Strike 3 call. 9 up, 9 down, 2 pitchers, 9 strikeouts. Yeah, that was out number 3, Wante. Good job. 2-0 South Korea. Here stadium buzzing with activity. The Little League Grow the Game grant program was created to provide local Little Leagues the resources they need for general improvement, to expand or establish Little League Softball, Little League Challenger Division, Little League Urban Initiative programs. For more information, visit littleleague.org/growthegame. Check it out. Beautiful scene here at Volunteer, and the Canadian team back in the field trailing 2-0 last of the third. Seung-Yeon Kim will hit for South Korea. Third spot in the batting order. And he goes to bunt and gets a very good one down. No play whatsoever for Nicola Barba. It's a leadoff bunt single.
Maybe that's why they've been showing bunt. You put in that spot, nobody can throw him out. Seung-Yeon Kim is first at bat today. It shows late too, which I like. You show early, the defense sees it. Show late, Nicola Barba had to wait back just a little bit longer, and he put it in a perfect spot. Leadoff single for South Korea here in the third.
So now Sang-Yeon Park comes up. Big, strong right-handed hitter. And he hits one way up there to left center field. It's in the park, though, and caught by Sean Coventry right on the edge of the warning track. And his throw comes right back to second. Which means Kim has to hold it first.
Just tied him up enough. Couldn't quite get the barrel to it. Sean Coventry, a good job too. First you got to make the play, then good strong throw into second base. Keep that base runner on first. First out of the inning for Del Sasso.
And who knows, it's not quite the same wind, I don't think, as we had earlier this afternoon. There still is a little bit of wind blowing in.
It's not going to help it out there, that's for sure.
It is not. So here's Yubin Choi. Now the third baseman. He hits one hard, and Coventry makes another good play. And again, he jumps up and fires back to second. That's a highlight play.
Getting himself on SportsCenter tonight.
I like it. You can hear the Canadian coaches saying he might find himself on SportsCenter tonight. Sean Coventry with 2 good plays out there. Had to range for the last one. This time had to charge, lay out, pop right back up, make that strong throw in. That's right. Point out to left field. He's doing his job in this inning.
All right, you were a pitcher in the big leagues. When a guy made a good play behind you, do you do that?
Point.
Yeah, acknowledge the play.
Yeah.
Runner takes off, throw, tag, not in time. Close. Pretty athletic play by the shortstop Siniscalchi.
Absolutely. You're on the mound. See a play like that, man. You got guys all around picking you up. Talk about the aggressive base running for Canada. That's aggressive right there from South Korea.
2-0. And Canada needs some base runners so they can do some of the same thing on their side. They have not had one yet through 3 innings. Jung-Hyuk Lee, left fielder. Very softly hit. And no play. The runner coming home, and a great play by Barber to realize it. Kusati gets the tag, and that's out number 3. Well, Barber just did an excellent job not making that throw to first.
Yeah, sometimes the throw you don't make can be the most important throw of the inning, and it was right there for Nicola Barber. Started the game on the mound, now over to third base. Little pump fake is enough to get the base runner Kwan to make that aggressive turnaround third base, and then Canada finishes off the play. South Korea held scoreless in the third, lead at 2-0.
Our Honda game summary, Canada, South Korea. Canada, they need a base runner, Kyle.
Yeah, they do. They haven't had one yet. 9 guys to the plate, all 9 struck out the first 8. Right arm, Yubin Choi, and then Wontae Choi that came out after that. An RBI for Cho, 24 of the 27 outs that Korea's recorded so far in this Little League World Series via the strikeout. We're still dancing, though. Why wouldn't you? 13 of the last 14 champs here at the Little League World Series. Started 2-0. It's happened the last 8 years. The only time it didn't. Team from Georgia back in 2007.
So far, New York 2-0 on the U.S. side. Panama on the international side. South Korea trying to join them. And a fastball from Wontae Cho. Second pitcher of the game. Right there for a called strike. So this is the second time through, but against a new pitcher, Antonio Kusati. See if at minimum they can put a ball in play. That one hit foul. It's 0-2. That is pretty remarkable. That number of strikeouts was 24 of 27 outs.
Yeah, 15 of 18 in the first game and all 9 in this one.
Strikes. South Korean pitching so far has been dominant. Another strikeout. That's 10 in a row in this game. Second straight for Cho.
Cho just pounding the strike zone right there. Left on left. Left-handed hitters, you just don't, especially at this age, too many left-handed pitchers that are coming at you, and you definitely don't see too many that throw this hard. Fastball into the 70s already for Cho. That is second strikeout.
So here is Loreto Siniscalchi. And he takes a strike. He struck out looking his first time up. I'm thinking this time.
Yeah, I think he's going to go after one. Remember, the home run he hit in game 1 was to left field. And the approach has been away, away, away. That might be the opportunity.
0-2. 72-mile-an-hour fastball.
I think our guy Junsei Cho, the catcher, when there's a pitch that he likes, he claps right before he throws it back. We get the glove and the bare hand going together. Let you know exactly what he's thinking.
0-2. Strike 3 called. So that's twice that Siniscalchi has been called out on strikes. 2 down. And that continues the streak.
You can't throw an 0-2 pitch in a better spot. I don't like the idea at any age of wasting a pitch, but if you throw one close enough that there's a chance you get a call for a strike and there's a chance you get a swing, but there's nothing anybody can do if they put the swing on it, that's a pretty good 0-2 pitch, and that was done perfectly.
So 2 down, and Nicola Barber comes up. Just pounding the strike zone, both of these pitchers for East Seoul Little League. 11 hitters have come up for Canada, 11 strikeouts. Two. A wrinkle.
And I've got that one too.
Yeah. Just in case you were wondering. Lefty on lefty here. Wow. And that's a 9-pitch inning where he strikes out the side.
9 pitches, 9 strikes, 3 straight strikeouts here in the 4th. Wontae Cho looking just like Yubin Choi did to start this game. 12 up, 12 down for Canada, all retired via the strikeout.
Our aerial coverage brought to you by DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you got to get DirecTV. High up above this great Little League complex in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, the 2 game fields, all the practice fields. We're at Volunteer up at Lomity. They are getting ready for the nightcap on the U.S. side. Bowling Green, Kentucky against the upstarts in that win against California from Johnston, Iowa. That comes up next. After this one, Canada and South Korea. Stefano Del Sasso trying to keep this game close. It's only 2-0, although it has been a dominant performance from South Korean pitching. Del Sasso, who's gotten 4 outs on the mound since coming in relief. 1-1. One of the best nicknames by far.
It's up there.
Stone Buddha takes ball 2. Pretty good pitch, but called ball.
3-1.
Maybe a little bit low. A wry smile from young Stefano. That's called a strike. 3-2.
3-2.
So he didn't get one call. Got that one. 3-2. Kim leading off.
Did he go, Ricky?
Ricky says no.
All 4.
No.
Did he go, Ricky?
Well, he used his proper name. No nickname for Ricky. The nicknames on this South Korean team, I think they have the most creative nicknames.
Smart Smurf is up there for me. Stone Buddha, handsome guy. He always liked that. Big boy, self-explanatory. Yeah. Flying as opposed to walking Superman.
Number 1, that's modest. Yeah. And the poetry in me, like Son of the Wind.
It does. You are a poet at heart. I've always thought that.
Yeah.
You have any nicknames growing up? Any good ones?
Well, when your last name is Fleming, there's one nickname that
Flemmer.
always. Well,
yeah. That wasn't it?
Shorten that up a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Flem.
Flem.
That's all it was. Okay.
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Yeah, even though our glove says something different up here. 1 ball, 1 strike. Count. How about you? Any good nicknames for you? KP?
Yeah. When I was these kids' age, Frank Pekka was one of the dads on our team. Called me the Donut King. That was good. I earned it too.
Proudly earned title. If only you'd been at Williamsport and we could have put that one on TV.
That one might have made air.
Stone Buddha and the Donut King.
I've had some good ones over the years. Remember the Biscuit about 10 years ago. I think he earned that one too.
Little ground ball, and I thought it kicked foul. Yep. It did. Says Joe Smith. That's our first base umpire tonight.
Stayed fair for a while. Fair there, and then just foul when it's fielded by Liam McClain down at first base.
So 2-2, runner at first, nobody out. Bottom of the 4th. That one is ripped to right, and a diving attempt, no catch. Porcelano has it go by, and now he can't find it. The runner Kim coming around third, and he will score. 3-0 South Korea, ending up at third. It's a triple for Wante Cho.
Anthony Porcelano almost made an outstanding play out in right field because the break was the right break. Still dealing with a little bit of sun out there too. Shadows now into the sun and lays out and just missed it. Then we can't find it. I think he thought he had made the play right at the beginning. It's just behind him. Jae-Kyung Kim, the runner on first base. Good read too. Watch him go halfway. His entire body is turned to take a look at that play. Then he can spin. He scores all the way from first base. It's a triple for Wante Cho, and we'll get a pitching change.
So Stefano Del Sasso comes out of the game. We'll step aside and be right back to tell you about the change. 3-0 South Korea. South Korea has gone ahead 3-0 here in the bottom of the fourth, and a pitching change for Canada. The new pitcher is the left-hander, Sean Coventry.
It was in left field. We saw Sean doing some good work out there, made some great defensive plays. Now coming in on the mound, trying to slow down this South Korea offense. 3 runs, 6 hits so far, and 2 very good at-bats from Wante Cho.
Yeah, the contact has become a lot more loud for the South Korean kids. Maybe a check from one of our trainers here. What's at stake in this game? Well, the winning team is in a great position, advancing to play Panama. 5 Eastern, ESPN2 on Wednesday. Panama already in that game with a 2-0 record. The loser has to play tomorrow afternoon, 1 Eastern, right here on ESPN against a good, talented Mexico team in what will be an elimination game.
Yeah, and a quick turnaround. Come back at 1 o'clock tomorrow, so less than 24 hours from when this game gets over. It's Anthony Porchelato getting looked at right now. I think after he dove for that ball out in right field, came up, said his head was hurting him a little bit.
This is the play that Kyle is referring to and why they're checking him out.
Oh, he was close to making that play too, and you can see his head kind of snap a little bit after he dove to make that play. Looking around because that ball hit his glove. I think he thought he had caught it right away.
Yeah, and I think that hurt. It was a tremendous effort by Anthony, who's made some good plays out there in this game, and he may be coming out. Let's hope that Anthony's all right. So Canada making a defensive change with that injury. While we have a moment, just a reminder, Little League University, which is such a great service, providing web-based training for coaches, umpires, league volunteers, and parents. You can watch videos, review practice plans, or just see some ideas for playing catch in the backyard. Visit and join for free at littleleagueuniversity.org. If you want to coach, if you want to help kids play ball, and you don't even know that much about the game yourself, you can find out a lot at littleleagueuniversity.org.
It's perfect for those parents that want to be a part of it. Maybe haven't played the game growing up, can learn plenty there, and a chance to coach your kids growing up. So Liam Lewis comes in. Liam will go to left field. Stefano Del Sasso moves from left to right, and we're back at it with a new pitcher.
So now Sean Coventry ready to go. Junseo Cho, the catcher, takes a big curve high. Still nobody out, runner at third. Cho, who walked. Smart Smurf. One of those nicknames we talked about. Plays big. He's a good catcher.
2 balls.
This is a very strong team from South Korea. 3-0.
All 4.
That's a walk. So now first and third. With still nobody out, and we'll go back to the top of the order. Juntek Ryu has knocked in a run with a base hit, comes up for the third time.
Here's your guy, Son of the Wind.
Yeah, he plays with some poetry too. We haven't seen him in the field. Sean still trying to throw a strike since coming in this game because South Korea has struck out every hitter, which is kind of a shame because watching this guy pick it at short is fun. A really good athlete. And he crushes one to right. My goodness. A 3-run homer. And that one left the bat in a hurry. Wow. Son of the wind.
Son of the wind can hit a little bit.
6-0.
We talked earlier, left on left, how it's tough to keep that front shoulder in. This is how you do it. Front shoulder stays in, head right on the baseball, and this ball is covered. From high above Volunteer Stadium, watch that one fly.
Man.
That's a good 40, 50 feet beyond that right field wall. 3-run home run from Juntak Ryu, and that got everybody out of the dugout.
That's almost a 300-foot home run. He didn't even hit it that high. Just a line drive that went a long way. Ball 1. So Kwan. So South Korea has opened this game up. Looking in a great position now to move to 2-0 in this Little League World Series. And the team that has often been their toughest rival in Williamsport on the international side, Japan, has already been eliminated. Now, you and I have been impressed by Panama. Panama's a strong team that has a lot of pitching lined up. But right now, in the international bracket, I think we're looking at the favorites.
They've looked good, and their arms have been beyond impressive today. It was the same for Panama, though. I mean, it was power arm after power arm that we've seen for Panama.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's how you match South Korea. Hard hit, but foul. 3-2.
Play.
The 3-2 pitch is very high, ball 4. So still nobody out.
Time.
We're going to get another visit to the mound.
What's happening with your curveball?
Balls keep slipping. I don't know. I can't do it.
Hey, just relax. Hey, just relax. Okay? We're gonna go 20 pitches here. Just pound the strike zone. Let's get some ground balls. We get out of here. Don't worry about it. Can you work on the? How's the changeup feel? You don't know? Just relax.
I gotta go out. I don't know.
No. You gotta relax here. Okay? Just relax. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Throw strikes. Okay? Don't worry what happens. Just go ahead and throw strikes. Just relax. Okay? Take a deep breath. Go get it. Okay? Okay. Let's go.
Sometimes a little easier said than done.
Yeah. That he's staying in there too.
We'll see if Sean can get in the strike zone here. And Ho Choi, right-handed hitter. Much better looking pitch, but still called a ball. I still find it amazing. South Korea, this is the 4th Little League World Series that has had a team from Seoul, South Korea, and they have never lost a game. That one right off the end of the bat to second. They'll get the out at second. The strong arm of Siniscalchi, but not in time. No double play, but there's an out.
Well done right there. So Sean Coventry stays in there. A little cue shot out towards second base. And this was not easy either because the spin is always going to be tough for the second baseman. Nathan Clegg gets that lead runner. Redo Siniscalchi shows off the arm, but good job to get that lead runner at second base right there for the first out of the inning.
You got the biggest kid and maybe the littlest kid on Team Canada combining on that defense. And both guys are really impressive. I mean, Nathan in a much different way than Loreto, who's just so physically powerful. But Nathan could play.
Yeah. A big hit in their first game.
He did. 1-1 to Sangyeon Park.
1-1.
Jung Ho Gung, who's come to big league baseball from South Korea, and right away a very impactful player, a guy with a lot of power. 1-2. And I think Sean Coventry's starting to settle down a little bit.
Good job. Get that first out. That was the best breaking ball that he's thrown today.
Strike 3 called. Another good one. 2 down.
Attaboy. Now we're building a little bit of confidence out there. Get the ground ball out before this and come back and throws 2 good breaking balls in a row. One to get to a 2-strike count, and that one, Sang-Hun Park just couldn't pull the trigger. He's got a strikeout in the Little League World Series. That's a good day.
2 down, and Yu-Bin Choi was the starting pitcher, now the third baseman.
Ball.
A little bit inside, ball 1. Where's number 7, nickname?
Of course. I like it.
Ball.
Good save by the catcher, Antonio Cusati.
2-0.
Antonio trying to help his pitcher get back in the dugout. That one hit a mile up there, but foul. Hey, good play. Play it off. That cool.
Yeah, I've done this plenty.
2-1.
I'm gonna get the phone out. Just
2-1.
No, it's not Wrigley Field. Don't throw it back. It's not a home run. Cool, calm. I've done this a lot, but I am going to take a picture and send it to all my friends.
2-2.
Good pitch from Coventry. It's 2-2. Foul ball over Ricky Castle, our third base umpire.
Heads up now. Great shot of it coming down the line. Just a little early. Yu-Bin Choi, but that ball was hit right on the button. Look out, Ricky.
2-2. Ball.
Full count here, 3-2.
3-2.
Now, it's not like the big leagues with 2 down where the runner at first can take off. You still have to wait for the pitch to cross home plate. Up near the rooftop. Still full 3-2. Spectacular night in Williamsport. Not an elimination game. Canada still has their championship hopes alive, even if they cannot come from behind. That's a pop-up on the infield. Siniscalchi will take it, and that's out number 3. But not before South Korea gets 4 on the board.
Shuntek Ryu, we've seen him defensively at a shortstop, but that's a sweet swing. Left on left, drives it far beyond that right field fence. Through 4. South Korea leads it 6-0.
Back here to the Little League World Series in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. And check out the fans having fun at the Heinz Family Fun Zone here in Williamsport. I recognize those faces.
Yeah.
That looks like Jack and Ella McCoy. We know them. Yeah, we like that one.
They were smiling all day. They're having a blast.
As are we. 6-0 South Korea. 7 hits for the kids from East Seoul Little League. Canada still looking for its first base runner through 4 innings. They have been overwhelmed by the power pitching, which has been so impressive. So let's see. Sean Coventry, who's now the pitcher for Canada, will hit. He turned around to bat right-handed against the lefty and had a pretty good cut. Strike one. Well, start small. You don't have to get them all back at once. Shawnee Bear. Not quite son of the wind, but hey, it works. 0-2.
Good hack though from Shawnee Bear. Swinging right away.
You think maybe his mom called him that?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see how long that would last.
Monte Cho, second pitcher of the game. 0-2.
Ball.
1 ball, 2 strikes the count.
1-2.
I just think it's pretty impressive. A kid this age is switch hitting.
I've seen a switch pitcher in this Little League World Series.
Now that's more impressive.
Yeah.
Jurangelo Seinche of Curacao. That's strike 3.
No tag.
And that means another strikeout. That is 13 in a row to start this game for the pitchers from South Korea. Wow.
Wante Cho has come on out of the bullpen. That now his 5th strikeout. Fastball actually cut a little bit too, so as if he's not throwing hard enough.
Well, it has been done. A 6-inning game with 18 strikeouts. Shawan Chen of Chinese Taipei in 1979 against Italy. That's the only time.
In almost 40 years.
Well, let's see if the Santa can get the first hit. Christian Santorelli, who hit a home run in their opening round win against Japan, coming off the bench. Dad was pretty pumped about that, as you'd guess. And he's ahead 2-0. He looks like a hitter up there.
Santa striking fear into the opposing hitters. Pitchers, they know what he's done.
The scouting report is out.
Yes.
He went deep to straightaway center field. 3-0. Pick the pregame meeting for South. Don't let Santa beat us.
Circling Santa in the lineup.
Would you be swinging away 3-0?
If I'm Santa, I would.
Ball 4.
Well, he didn't have a choice. That's ball 4. There's a base runner. So no perfect game tonight for South Korea. Christian Santorelli, the first base runner for Canada. Now just need a few more. A couple swings of the bat. Maybe that wakes up the crowd, wakes up this Canadian team. Liam Lewis will be coming up here. Liam came in for Anthony Porcelano. And Anthony made that dive, attempted a catch. We're going to get a special pinch runner. Liam McLean will come in and run for Santorelli. Did a good job.
All right, come on in.
There's Liam.
Play.
Liam Lewis is the hitter. We got Liam's all over the place.
Ha!
Special pinch runner, special rule in Little League.
Yep, so it has to be somebody that's not in the batting order, and Liam McLean was not. Special pinch runner for any offensive player, once per game for that player, and only once per inning for the team.
0-2. Liam Lewis, the hitter, just for 11. He is second cousins to Justin Morneau. Great Canadian big leaguer.
Another left-hander.
It's a little bit like him in the setup. Strike 3. Another strikeout. So that keeps the streak going. 2 down.
Time. I got it.
And that pitch count threshold is going to get us another change. Wante Cho, he earned that fist bump. Man, was he good. So a pitching change for South Korea. They lead Canada 6-0.
More arms have shown up today for South Korea. Top of the 5th inning, 2 outs, and every out retired so far for South Korea via the strikeout. Yubin Choi started the game on the mound. The big right-hander faced 8, struck all 8 out. Fastball into the mid-70s and in total control of the strike zone. Pounding that fastball in, out, elevating when he needed to. And then after that, it was a left-hander, Wante Cho. He comes in, and all 6 outs that Cho retired via the strikeout. So 14 outs in the game so far, all have come via the strikeout. Now a kid that might throw harder than all of them on the mound.
That could be a little intimidating, considering the quality we've seen. So Jae-kyung Kim, Choi, and Cho just dominant. Every out with a strikeout, 14 of them so far. 75 miles an hour. You might be right.
1-1.
That might be the hardest fastball of the game. On the ground, and that strikeout streak is going to end, and that will be a base hit. Stefano Del Sasso finds a way to get the bat on the ball. There's your first hit for Canada. Take it any way you can get it.
Absolutely. Like to see it for the kid from Canada, who offensively were so good against Japan, have just faced power arm after power arm today. But Stefano Del Sasso, aggressive at the plate, puts it in a spot that nobody can make a play. And that left side, his momentum's taking him down the line already. Picking him up, putting him down to the first hit of the game for Canada. Yeah.
Hey, you're allowed to celebrate when that's number 1. Matteo Ripoli. Maybe the littlest kid, but he's got a lot of spunk at the plate. 2 on, 2 out. He'll hit.
Ball.
And take one low from Kim. 13 years old. He's the Ripper.
Here he is.
And he will take a rip. It's not just the name. He takes a good, healthy cut. Ha! Got the low strike there. It's not a big strikeout. The strike zone with Mateo up there.
Time.
Now we're going to get a runner.
Yep. Well, they've already done it once this inning, but we won't say anything.
Okay.
Guess I already did say something, but I won't say it loud.
Here we go. Hold on.
The 1-1. 2-1. A little bit outside from Kim.
2-1. Oh, did he go? Joe, did he go?
Joe
emphatically says no. Joe Smith down the right field line.
Do you like the form from Joe?
Leaving nothing. Nothing in question right there.
No, very definitive. A good hitter's count for the Ripper. Strike 2.
The Ripper goes after this one now. 3-2 count. 2 guys on, 2 outs.
First real chance for Canada. And he got a piece of the Ripper. Hanging in there. And that's the equivalent of a 98-mile-an-hour big league fastball.
Ripper's got a little confidence now. He got a little pep in her step.
Get the friends and family behind him, that's for sure. So he looks ready to go. Another 3-2 pitch. And he struck him out. I think he foul tipped that one into the mid. Strike 3. That's 15 strikeouts through 5 innings for South Korean pitching. They lead 6-0.
Little League World Series is presented by Kellogg's Frosted Flakes cereal. They're great.
Well, we ask each kid here in Little League their favorite Major League ball player. We sat down and heard what the big leaguers themselves have to say when they hear that they're the favorite player of a Little Leaguer, and their responses may well put a smile on your face.
Yeah, it's a pretty humbling feeling to hear those little guys, say that we're their favorite player.
When you hear a kid say that, it just brings cheer to you, and knowing how they look up to you.
To see these little kids on there and, they enjoy watching me play, and to say that I'm their favorite player, that's pretty special.
All right, so you take all the answers from all our kids here this year in Williamsport. Favorite ball players: Mike Trout, David Ortiz, Yankees, Red Sox. I guess no big surprise there. Usain Bolt and LeBron James, non-baseball athletes. What do you think? The Sandlot, that one has to be there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm surprised that one wasn't first. Might be in my top two.
Fast and the Furious. Sorry, move over. We got a new pitcher on the mound, Liam McLean for Canada. We heard from Josh Donaldson. Among these Canadian players, I think he was the #1 answer. That ball hit foul. And it is interesting because the Blue Jays are 2,500 miles from Vancouver. I mean, Vancouver is the West Coast, Toronto or Eastern Canada. And yet the national pride, the Blue Jays, are the favorite team of almost all of these kids.
Understandable, especially offensively, what the Blue Jays have been able to do. Looked up to a few of those guys.
Only a couple hours from Seattle, but instead of being Mariners fans, most of them are Blue Jays fans.
I got him.
Woo-Sung Kim, who has singled and scored a run.
1-2.
We ask the South Korean kids about their favorite players, and I think he gives you a little insight into the baseball in that country. A hit to center and well hit. It's gone. 6-0, now 7-0 South Korea. Steve Haas out there up on the camera perch. He may have been heading for cover.
Look out, Haas. This one's coming right at you, and off the bat of Woo-Sung Kim. 2 hits already in this ball game. It scored a run. This time scores himself. Driven out beyond that center field fence.
Steve was too locked in. He was focused. 7-0 with another home run. Second of the game for South Korea. There's a strike. We were making the point about these kids from Seoul. The professional league there is so big.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a big deal. Almost all of the favorite players of these kids come from the South Korean professional league.
Yeah, we saw a few Korean players that were in the big leagues, one Ichiro, but other than that, I think it was players that are active in the Korean professional leagues.
I think that Jae-kyung Kim was the kid. He's at the plate here now. He was the one who identified Sung-hwan Oh, who is now the closer for the Cardinals, who's done a great job. It's his first year in the big leagues. He's got one of the best nicknames. They must just love good nicknames. That is strike 3 swinging for the first out. Yeah, here are some of the players who are from South Korea who are playing in Major League Baseball, and a lot of those are having big time success.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, you had said it. I think we're going to continue to see more, especially when you see kids like this. I mean, the sport becoming so important over in South Korea, and when you can look up to players in the big leagues from your own country, it just gets more kids playing.
Conte Show, man, he's been wearing out right field.
Yeah, a double and a triple so far today, and both have been hit on a line.
Sung-hwan Oh, the closer for the Cardinals, his nickname, the Final Boss.
Nice.
It's a pretty good closer's nickname, I think. Maybe you stay away from this kid. He likes it in and he wants to pull the ball. He has been, I think he's been the most impressive hitter, and they've had a lot of impressive swings. Well, how about that one? Up onto the hill. Goodbye. Yeah, so that counts as impressive. He's got a double, he's got a triple, and now he's got his first home run in Williamsport.
Well, if you saw his first two at-bats, they were on the line. Both balls were hit hard enough to get out, just didn't have any air. This had plenty. How about that? I think he knew he got it right about there.
You hit one that far, I think you're allowed to watch it for a while.
We're on the hill this time. 2 home runs for South Korea in the inning. 3 in the game.
Don't hurt him.
He's covering up when he comes in.
8-0. And that one up to more shallow right. Del Sasso comes in. 2 down. Montecho, what an impressive game by him on the mound and at the plate.
6 strikeouts on the mound, 3 hits at the plate. Scored all 3 times he came to the plate.
Seven of the 8 runs for South Korea have been scored by the 6 through 9 hitters. So those guys have been driving the ball, getting on base, scoring the runs. Speaks to the balance of this team.
And this guy drove a few of them in last time too. Juntaek Ryu homered his last at bat.
He's got 2 hits, 4 runs batted in.
There we go.
And she's impressed. On the ground, past McLean into center field. Another hit for Juntaek Ryu. And he's going for second. He'll make it there. Because Sriracha just couldn't quite field it cleanly. Now, if South Korea gets to that 10 spot, the 10-run rule would be in effect. Canada's already hit here in the 5th inning. So you have to be through that 4th inning or 3.5 innings at least. That one is lined to left, and that'll get down for a hit. And that will score another run. So now South Korea is 1 run away from ending this game. 9-0 in the 5th. Juan with the RBI single. Nine runs and 11 hits. The 3 home runs. Here's Min-Ho Choi. He's got 1 hit. Well, these 2 teams both won their openers. South Korea against Curacao, Canada in that monumental win against Japan. The winning team will play Panama on Wednesday. The loser has to play tomorrow. It looks like it's going to be Canada, 1 Eastern, right here on ESPN, and that will be an elimination game with Mexico and Canada. Min-Ho Choi did not have that hit. It was a pinch hitter, Kim, in his spot. Angry Bird, they call him. 1-2. Maybe trying to slingshot one over the wall himself.
I think he knows right here too. If he hits one out, this one's over. Big swings for both of those strikes so far.
So here's the 1-2 from Liam McLean. That one is smashed past the shortstop. It's going to go to the wall, and this one could end it. Kwon around third. Siniscalchi's relay is too late. That's 10. And South Korea, good, with the 10-0 lead, will end this game in very impressive fashion. Still undefeated all time, Seoul, South Korea in Williamsport.
Yeah, that was pretty complete right there. 15 strikeouts for South Korea. We talked about this offense, and you saw shades of it in their opener against Curacao. We saw more than shades today. 10 runs on 12 hits. South Korea hits 3 home runs, and top to bottom, this offense was impressive.
Wow, what a performance, as you say, on both sides, and throw in the defense as well, although they didn't have to make a lot of plays out there with the strikeout pitching they had. So South Korea is now 2-0. They join Panama as the undefeated teams on the international side. Those 2 will meet Wednesday, 5 Eastern on ESPN2 for a spot in the international championship game. So that's what's at stake on Wednesday. Canada and Mexico elimination game tomorrow for those two teams. For Kyle Peterson, for Marisol Castro, Dave Fleming saying so long here on this beautiful night at Volunteer Stadium, but don't go away. It's time for the U.S. side up in Lombardy. We'll send you to Carl Ravitch for Kentucky and Iowa.